Good morning, guys. So the plan today is there is no plan for today. We're out here on a Sunday, beautiful day, low winds. It's cold. Well, it's cold for Florida. So we don't have a plan. And the reason I'm doing this is because I know a lot of people come out, you only get a couple days a week that you can fish. So you try to take advantage of it. The boat traffic is going to be insane today. So when you come out, a lot of times you don't have a plan. You're just trying to get on the water. So we just got out here. The first thing I did when I got out here is I checked the tides. So what I'm seeing with the tides is we're at the top of an incoming and it's fixing to start dropping out, but it's going to drop out pretty low. So the first thing I want to do is I know, let's see, it's 7:30, 8 o'clock, Jake, something like that. So I know I'm only going to have enough water to get up in the bushes for probably 2 hours. So if I want to take advantage of an inshore bite, I'm going to do it now before the water drops out to the point that I can't get to the fish. With that being said, we're going to ride around. We're going to look for mullet. We may go up some of the rivers and look in some of the winter spots. I've got my buddy Scott, Jeff, Jake's behind the camera. See if we can get him out in front of it. We're going to see what we can put together. We're going to do a few different things. I've even had some requests for Jack catch, clean, and cook. We might do that. I don't know what we're going to get into. We got bait. We got time. The weather's beautiful. And when I say the weather's beautiful, that's something else I was thinking about as we were coming in. I wanted to talk to you guys about. I get so many people that jump on the boat and they go, wow, man, it's beautiful. Blue skies, not a cloud in the sky. That can be bad. It's hard to explain to people that right now the water is crystal clear. I can see the bottom in 15 to 20 feet. We call them bluebird skies when you don't have a cloud in the sky, really high ceiling. It's usually colder, longer, and the water is crystal clear. These fish, if you can see them, they can see you. So we do have some cloud cover today for the first time in like 3 days. The bite's been kind of tough. Everybody I've been talking to and myself, I mean, we've been working hard to get our bites. So let's get started. We're going to start in the bushes and see where we go. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of mullet moving, a lot of fry bait. When I say fry bait, little glass minnows and stuff like that back in the bushes. So I don't know, wish us luck. We'll see what happens. Got the birds worked up. They're enjoying it. I'm not expecting a whole lot to happen first thing here because we are at the top of the incoming. I'm waiting for some water to start moving, and it's cold. Just like people, I mean, just like people in the mornings when it's cold, you don't feel like getting out of bed. And a lot of times these fish won't turn on until that sun gets up and starts warming things up. But like I said, at least we have a little cloud cover today. That's gonna keep some of the heat trapped in, and should warm up pretty quick. So until then, we're just fishing, man. Nice fish, man. Nice fish. That was on a bobber. He's trying to get in the bushes. It was a big snook. That's all I got to say about that. I probably pulled the hook. It didn't feel like it broke. Nope, he broke it. He broke it. That was good. Man, that was a good snook. Nothing you can do. I mean, I had to put a lot of pressure on him. We're up near the bushes, and he knew where to go. But that was a solid fish. That one was on a bobber, on a small bait on a bobber, just so I could get some distance. And I just got up there close to the bushes, and yes, it was too tempting. Sorry, Joker. Decent fish. Not a bad one, dude. Cold water snook. Was that free line or with a bobber?
Free line.
Yeah. A lot of times, man, clients will ask me, you know, when do you know when you should use a bobber and when not to use a bobber? And honestly, I mean, I'm using a bobber right now because our bait's smaller today than it has been lately. So sometimes it's as simple as using the bobber to get distance on the cast. I try to free line as much as possible, but it seems like during the winter, when it's clear and the bait's small, I do better with bobbers. So it's all, I guess, situational. Not a big one, but Scott, what you doing, man?
Trying to catch your fish.
Another one on the bobber though. I wouldn't be able to make that cast. I wouldn't be able to make that cast if I wasn't using the bobber. I mean, like I said, everybody's got their own opinions on bobbers, but most of the time when you see me use them, it's for distance. Not near as big as the last one, but I'll take him. Under the bushes. That's a little better. You know, with this one, we can get him up here. Come here, buddy. Another one on the bobber. You know, I was actually just sitting there watching that bobber drift down the trees, and I was thinking of another reason that I use bobbers sometimes. It helps me stay in contact with my bait. I know exactly where my bait is, because this bobber was floating down that shoreline, and it's a better fish. And it kept wanting to get up in the bushes. And I was able to kind of watch the bobber and work it back and forth. Every time it got a little deep in the bushes, I'd pull it back a little bit. So when you're not using a bobber, you know, you have a pretty good idea where your bait is most of the time, but sometimes it'll creep up in there a little far and you can't get it back out. You know, he'll wrap you up. But I'm probably gonna retie after that snook that I hooked a minute ago. I mean, I don't have a lot of fray, but if you know there's big fish in the area, I'd retie. But yeah, that bobber definitely helped me. Never really thought of that before. It helped me right there, because that thing kept trying to get up into the bushes deep. I was able to work him out. So another advantage to using a bobber: know where your bait's at. Got me on the phone and got me with the fish on. Hey. Oh, you okay? You're good? You catching fish? All right, bro. I was just making sure. I'm on. All right, see you. Excuse me for that. I was calling one of my boys, because it's been tough lately, and it's another decent fish, man. I was trying to make a call. I just threw that bait out, man. So now, let's see. That's number 3. Jake's caught 1 or 2, so that's 4 or 5 on the bobber, 1 free line. Yep. Just kind of as a comparison. Scott, what you getting?
Time to switch up.
Getting a bobber? Jeff's got a bobber on. Another, I mean, he's a decent fish. These are fun fish. They're not setting any records, but it's good stuff, man. Early in the morning, cold. Didn't expect it to really go off till later, and we're catching some fish. So, you know, and like I said, right now, advantage bobber. Don't be afraid to mix it up. We started out with 2 bobbers, 2 free line. Bobbers are getting hit, now everybody's got on bobbers. So a lot of times it's trial and error. Even for charter captains, it's trial and error a lot of times to see what's going to get the bite and what's not. So I'm going to retie again. Jake on the bobber. What you got, Jake? Way to hold that rod down in the water, dude. They're nice fish. Bite's kind of going off, man. You see what I'm saying though, Jake, about being able to know where your bait's at?
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I let mine swim all the way up into the bushes.
That
So I
take a
could
fish.
just barely see him.
Yeah. Good fish, dude.
Yeah, man.
Nice fish,
cow.
dude. Jake's
He was just sitting next to the boat.
Jake's rod was sitting next to the boat while he was running the camera. That's I mean, of course it's not as big as the one I lost, but
Oh yeah.
that's a good fish, dude. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Nice fish.
He's really green because I hooked him
Yeah,
like 3 feet
with
away.
3 feet of line out.
Ugh. He's solid.
Yeah, it's a nice fish. With it laying, oh, you got him in the tough spot too.
Yeah.
There you go. Good fish, homie.
That was a surprise.
All right, guys, got a monster of ladyfish on. Poor man's tarpon. I say that with love because I'm a poor man and I enjoy catching them. This is not garbage. Everybody looks at these guys like garbage. Now they will poop as soon as you get them on the boat every time. But oh, he's trying. He's trying. Don't poop on the boat. But that is prime cut bait right there. He's going in the cooler for cut bait. Big snook, big reds, chunk of that. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna put him in the cooler because that is awesome cut bait. Scott likes to fish with him whole for big snook.
I like them.
But we're gonna keep him. All right, guys, so we just got to our second spot. I found this place on Google Earth a while back. It's not a real shallow flat, but it drops off about 2 feet deeper up here at the bushes. So we're gonna chum a little bit, but this is also a great situation to throw a chunk of this ladyfish up under those bushes. So basically what I'm gonna do is, it doesn't have to be, I'm gonna show you guys about the size piece, and I'm gonna keep all these other pieces just in case they start eating them. Don't want to run out of pieces. I'm gonna put a piece under there, probably, I don't know, how big is that? Probably 2 to 3 inch long piece. And I'm gonna put it under there like we always fish for redfish, on a split shot, right above the hook. And just let it soak. I'm gonna go ahead and do my normal thing. We got a fish on already. Snook. I'm gonna go ahead and chum, do our normal thing. Scott's got a fish on already on his first cast here. And we're gonna pitch this guy out under the bushes back here behind the boat. Forget about him, let him lay. See if a red picks him up. What you got, Jake?
Little red.
It's not a bad one, dude.
No, he ain't bad actually.
Yeah, he's not.
He looks smaller when he's further away.
Yeah. It's not a bad one. On the bobber.
Yes, sir.
I just got hit on that chunk of ladyfish too, man. I'm king of missing good fish today. That's a nice fish, dude.
Yes, sir.
It's not bad at all. Well,
Uh-oh.
now he's a little slower than the rest of them, but... Son, do you need help?
Huh?
You know how to hold a redfish?
I've done it once or twice.
It's a nice fish, dude.
Yeah, you got a pretty little spot. Super blue tail.
Look at Jake talking about it. Got him out from behind the camera. And he is going back. It's probably 21.
Yeah.
Good fish, dude.